with you?
I don't really have an answer to why that is, but yeah, it wasn't. Valtteri was obviously quickest all day yesterday, and then made some changes, improved in P3, but then really got everything out of it in that Q3-1-1 lap. It was the best lap I've done all weekend, so which it should be. So it was a beautiful lap. It was just everything was in balance. The front temperatures, the rear temperatures, the apexes were just, yeah, I can't wait to go back and watch it. The second lap, I just couldn't replicate it. And what's crazy is everyone's like, oh, is it tactics at the end? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm quick enough to be on pole today. And all the cars ahead of me were going slow. So I was just trying to maintain my gap so I didn't have to slow down in the last corner.
Apparently that lap was actually faster than your outlap the lap before anyway.
Really?
Apparently.
Oh. Wow, okay.
A little bit of booing from what is a grandstand filled with orange.
Yeah.
It was never going to be a love-in this weekend. I think we accepted that. You said you used that as fuel. I like that.
Look, I mean, it's not a surprise to me, given the things that have been said from the heads of that team that have incited that, right? And I think over this break, people really need to look within in the things that have been said, because it is unacceptable, the things that have said. And then on top of that, the things that have escalated, the fire that it's cost, they've just had to fire someone, the things that were said by that. And I don't know who it was about. It doesn't matter who it was about. If I pass it to my friend or my father or my brother, we all feel that pain of what those words, what they meant by those words. And but the world is changing, and we've got to continue to stay positive. I'm really proud of my team for staying so focused during this time, because it's been a whirlwind of emotions and things coming at us in all different directions, but we've kept our heads down and come here and delivered, and I'm really, really proud of everybody.
There's been booing before in the battle between you and Nico before. When it comes from a sporting perspective, is that something you can deal with, you can cope with? But when it comes, obviously, from a very different perspective, how much harder is that to deal with? And how much more responsibility do people need to take with the words that they use in a sporting context?
I mean, look, I'm a sporting fan, so I watch. I mean, I've never booed any team before in any other sport, because it's just not in my character. But of course, I want one team to win more than another or something like that. But I've seen that we've grown up around it. We know what it is. But we do have to be so careful with our words, particularly as there's young kids watching. And we're supposed to be shining a light and encouraging people out there, right? And spreading positivity. And when you've got leaders, they have people following them, right? And kids following them. And we're supposed to, as a sport, we've got a responsibility. And I think, so there should be some strong talks probably over the next weeks. But either way, it's not got in my way. So.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try to be on it. It's been good. Just I'm a little bit disappointed about the Q3 run one. Lewis had an amazing lap, and I didn't feel that good with the car as I've been feeling some other laps this weekend, and I kind of lost the rhythm a little bit on the medium tires in the Q2. Didn't feel that comfortable with the medium tires, so it wasn't easy to attack in the first run.
Crucially though, you have made it through on the medium tyres to Q3. Will that give you the advantage that you guys need for the race tomorrow?
It will give us an advantage that if we want, we can go longer in the first stint. But Red Bull will have an advantage off the line into turn one. So I'm sure it's actually quite nice that we're on different tyre choice, and it will make tomorrow more interesting.
Shall we say, on the last run, having a clear run, do you think you would have had a shot at pole?
Honestly, not for pole. I think just my balance in Q3 was off. I don't know why. I just seemed to struggle a lot more. But overall, I think this weekend we have just been a little bit behind anyway, and I think that showed again in Q3. Of course, I mean Q1 and Q2 is always a bit of a mix, but then in Q3 everyone is going flat out, and we just didn't seem competitive enough to really fight them. And of course, it's not what I want, but you have to accept it, and we'll try to make the best of it tomorrow.
Starting on the soft tyre, is it all about the race start, all about the first lap?
I mean, it's very important around here. So we'll of course definitely give it a good go, but we'll see what happens.
Has anything changed in your mindset since Silverstone in terms of going into the race, the mindset, knowing when to fight, knowing when not to fight, looking at potential podiums rather than all out for victory, or is it the same as it's always been?
The mindset has been the same for a long time. I mean, I think we know what we can do and we cannot do, so yeah, I think it will be the same.